Hi, everybody. Excuse me. This is Pam, the one and only Grand, and I needed to come on and make a couple of videos. This first one I wanted to share with you a Christmas card I received from Candy Tigs. And Candy, I just wanted to thank you so much. I was very surprised to get it in the mail. It's pretty. All of her work she does is very pretty. And she's just the sweetest thing ever. And she wrote me a note inside and she sent me a couple of these stamped images to color. And I just wanted to say thank you, darling. And I hope you and your family have a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, too. And also, I wanted to give you all a little update while I was on here. I haven't been on in a while. I've been pretty sick. I just haven't felt good. And I saw the rheumatologist on December the 1st. And to put it very plainly, he was a pompous you-know-what. At one point, I thought Steve was even going to hit him, but I'll explain about that. But I will say this. He hasn't confirmed my diagnosis of lupus yet, but he did do about $2,300 worth of tests. Thank God I have insurance that will cover most of that. He just does not have a good bedside manner at all. But I go back to see him in January, the latter part of January, and I'll get the results of my tests and everything. And it depends, if what he finds, whether I will continue to see him. If he can help me, I will. If he can't, I'm going to fire him. But anyway, one of the things he had me stop doing was taking my Lipitor medicine. I actually take the generic, that Atorvastatin. It's for cholesterol, and they put me on it when I had my heart attack. He said it's very dangerous and it can cause some muscle problems and things. But so far, the only thing I can tell that it did, it made me so nauseous when I went off of it for 7 days straight. I'd been so sick at my stomach, I just couldn't hardly go. And I saw my regular doctor on Monday, December the 5th, and she told me that was what was causing all the nausea, was going off of that. Of course, I've had some nausea before that wasn't due to that, but since this was so constant, she felt like that was coming from that. Another thing he wanted me to do was to try to do some exercises. Well, he didn't say try. He told me I needed to do some because I have such back pain and I have such limited mobility because of the weakness and the back pain. Well, I told him I hadn't been able to do any kind of exercise. He said, well, with an attitude like that, you can't. Well, that's when Steve got mad and jumped up and said, attitude, blah, blah, blah. And I really thought he was going to hit him. I think the doctor did too, because Steve knows I can't do anything. I've tried. I can't even, I've tried to sweep and do things like that. I can barely stand up for about around 5 minutes. Can't bend over. The pain is just too awful. And I have to just sit down and wait until it eases up, then get back up and try again until it gets unbearable. And then I sit and I cry because I can't do anything. But anyway, I'm hopeful he'll find something. He asked me what my symptoms were, and every time I'd say something, he'd interrupt me and he'd say, that's not a medically proven fact. And he told me my doctor wasn't educated enough to make a diagnosis of lupus, and that one positive ANA or DSANA wouldn't diagnose it, which I already knew. And he kept trying to blame everything on fibromyalgia. And I just came out and asked him, I said, well, tell me this, would fibromyalgia have damaged my diaphragm muscle? And he said no. So there's something else going on, and hopefully from all the tests that he did, they'll find out. He did a complete lupus panel. I cannot tell you all the tests that were done. And he tested for Sjogren's and connective tissue disorder, any kind of thyroid problems, which my thyroid tests have all well, it's been okay. He tested me for RA, which he don't think I had that, and I don't either, or he doesn't think. But anyway, it's just a whole lot of stuff. Any of you, if you know anything about lupus at all, you know how hard it is to get it diagnosed or to find out what your problem is, because so many of these autoimmune diseases overlap. But I feel pretty confident that in the test that he did, that he will find out what's bothering me. I told him, I said, I don't care if it's lupus or what its name is. I said, I just want you to help me, and so I can try to get better if that's at all possible. So I just thought I would tell you all a little bit about that. And then, like I said, I saw my regular doctor on Monday, the 5th, following when I saw him. And I've got to see her again in March, I think it is. And of course, I see the pulmonologist in February, and he put me on steroids. I don't know if I told y'all that or not. And the only thing I can tell about that so far, when I first started taking the steroids, I sweated profusely. I mean, it was terrible. I'd get out of the shower and I'd be dripping wet with perspiration. And now it's just coming kind of like hot flashes. Every now and then I'll have to get my fan out and everything. But when he first started me on it, I was taking 20 milligrams a day for the first week, and then step down to 10 milligrams a day and stay on that until I see him. I have to say that I think I have done a little better on the steroids, because I have taken a few showers without using my shower stove. I still get really, really tired, but, I'm having enough strength to stand in there to take it. Of course, let me say I take a quick one. I have to, because I get so tired. But anyway, I guess I've rambled on long enough. I just wanted to give y'all a little update on what was going on health-wise with me. And I shall talk to you all later. Love you all.